What if I told you the way you attract people says more about you than you think? From the mysterious siren who draws you in with effortless warmth, to the daring rake who burns with dangerous passion. In this video, we're breaking down the types of seducers, how they work, and, most importantly, how to spot which one you are, or which one is working on you. Ready? Let's dive in. The power of the siren, how she controls the room without saying a word. Imagine walking into a room, and suddenly all eyes turn toward one woman. She doesn't speak. She doesn't try. But her presence? Irresistible. This is the siren, a force of nature that men chase and women envy. But what makes her so powerful? And how dangerous is her charm? Let's dive in. Who is the siren? The siren is more than beauty. She's fantasy made real. She frees men from the weight of duty and control, inviting them into a world of pleasure, mystery, and danger. She doesn't beg for attention, she commands it. Every movement, every glance, speaks directly to desire. She is Aphrodite in modern form. Cleopatra, the spectacular siren. 48 BC. Cleopatra enters Julius Caesar's palace, hidden inside a rolled-up carpet. When she unravels, the room gasps, not because of her looks, but her theatricality. She seduces with mystery and grandeur. Later, she does it again, with Mark Antony, luring him away from Rome into a world of indulgence. She wasn't the most beautiful, but she transformed herself endlessly, making powerful men forget their empires. Marilyn Monroe, the sex siren. Then came Marilyn Monroe. Her signature walk, that breathy voice, sweetness laced with desire. She wasn't aggressive. She played with innocence, seduction wrapped in vulnerability. Men didn't just want her, they wanted to protect her. And in doing so, she controlled them, becoming the siren. To be a siren is to master contrast, desire mixed with danger, mystery behind the smile. You don't need to be the prettiest in the room, just the most unforgettable. That's what Cleopatra and Marilyn knew. The siren is a mirror for male fantasy, and in today's rigid world, her power is more potent than ever. The danger of being desired. But beware, a siren walks a razor's edge. Too much allure, and society labels her. Too long in the spotlight, and age tries to dim her glow. Even Cleopatra fell. So what's the secret to lasting power? Substance beneath the seduction. That's what makes a siren truly unstoppable. So next time you walk into a room, will you be forgotten? Or will you be the siren? The irresistible men women can't resist. What if I told you the most dangerous man in history isn't the strongest warrior, the richest king, or even the smartest genius, but a man who could walk into any room and make women abandon their rules, their reason, even their reputations, just to be with him? He is charming, shameless, and utterly unrestrained. They call him the Rake. Why would women fall for a man who's disloyal, dishonest, even a little dangerous? Why would they risk it all for a fleeting moment of passion? Today, we'll dive into the irresistible psychology of the Rake, and by the end, you might just understand why even the most virtuous women could not resist him. The ardent Rake, 1710. The French court is bored. The king is old and pious. The parties are dull. Then a 15-year-old named Fronsac, future Duc de Richelieu, arrives. Handsome, bold, shameless. He kisses duchesses in public, lets his hands wander dangerously far, and when he crosses the line, the king sends him to the Bastille. But the court ladies, they beg for his release. He is dangerous, but irresistible. And when he sets his eyes on the innocent Mademoiselle de Valois, even her strict chaperone can't stop him. Disguises, secret notes, daring midnight visits. Richelieu risks it all for her, and she lets him. His secret? He doesn't just chase women. He makes them feel like the only woman in the world. His desire burns so brightly, they forget everything else, virtue, rules, even consequences. The demonic Rake. Now imagine the opposite of Richelieu's beauty. Short, bald, bulging eyes. This was Gabriele D'Annunzio, a man Roman nobility saw as harmless. But when he spoke, everything changed. His voice was deep, slow, hypnotic. His words dripped with poetry and suggestion. Women swore his sentences were music. Soon, they'd receive a love poem, each thinking it was written for her alone. D'Annunzio seduced duchesses, artists, and dancers. His power went beyond bedrooms. He could seduce an entire city. In 1919, he led soldiers to seize the city of Fiume, ruling it like a romantic emperor. His weapon wasn't a sword, it was words. The secret psychology behind Rake's magic works because he offers what most women are denied: pure, unapologetic desire. He makes them feel seen, wanted, and thrillingly close to danger. His past lovers, not a warning, but proof. If so many women wanted him, there must be a reason. And here's the twist: resistance excites him. The harder the chase, the sweeter the conquest. Every obstacle is a challenge, and every risk only fuels his passion. That's why the most moral, restrained women often fall the hardest. From Lord Byron flaunting his forbidden love, to Picasso making every woman feel like his only muse, to Bill Clinton surviving scandal after scandal, the Rake thrives on his reputation. Women indulge him, men envy him, and society secretly loves him. But remember, his power isn't in his looks, his wealth, or even his honesty. It's in his ability to abandon all restraint and make you believe he would risk everything for you. So, would you resist the Rake, or would you let yourself be swept into his world of danger and pleasure? Careful, once you're in, you may never want to escape. What if I told you that the most powerful seduction doesn't come from beauty, wealth, or charm, but from becoming someone's dream, the person they've been secretly longing for their whole life? This is the story of the ideal lover, a rare type of seducer who doesn't just win hearts, they awaken souls. From Casanova hiding in a church to meet a bored wife, to Madame de Pompadour turning a bored king into a patron of the arts, the ideal lover has one secret skill. They reflect the fantasy you already have. And here's the twist: most of us are walking around with broken dreams, and those dreams make us vulnerable. Cologne, 1760. A young, beautiful woman sits in her opera box, trapped in a dull marriage. Through her glasses, she sees him. Casanova, handsome, bold, unpredictable. In days, he's sneaking into a chapel near her bedroom, waiting all night among rats, just for a moment with her. She's alive again. Adventure has returned. And just like that, he vanishes, leaving her with an intoxicating memory. The ideal lover studies you, not your words, but your tone, your glances, your sighs. They discover what's missing in your life, and then they become it. Boredom, loneliness, a longing for greatness. They hold up a mirror to your fantasy and let you fall in love with your own reflection. In a world obsessed with self-interest, patience and devotion feel rare and irresistible. Politicians like JFK used it on entire nations, reviving lost ideals with symbols like Camelot and the new frontier. The ideal lover makes you believe in a higher version of yourself, and that belief is addictive. But here's the danger. If reality slips in, if the fantasy cracks, the magic shatters. That's why the best ideal lovers disappear at their peak. So, the question isn't whether you've met one. The question is, are you already under their spell? Have you ever met someone who didn't say much, but you couldn't take your eyes off them? They weren't the loudest in the room, not even the best looking, yet somehow they felt untouchable. What if you could have that same effect without changing who you are? Most people play the role they're told to. They dress like everyone else, talk like everyone else, think like everyone else. And that's why, when someone bends the rules, when they're a little harder to label, they stand out instantly. It's not about being extreme. It's about being deliciously unclear. Too confident to be desperate, too relaxed to be trying, and too unique to be forgotten. Imagine walking into work in your usual jeans, but with one detail that turns heads. A ring that tells a story. A color no one else dares to wear. Or maybe it's not clothing at all. It's how you hold eye contact just a second longer than people expect. You're not shouting for attention. You're whispering and letting curiosity do the rest. Humans are drawn to what they can't fully figure out. We want to solve people like puzzles. If you blend the unexpected, softness with strength, charm with defiance, you short-circuit the brain's labels. It's the same reason a quiet smile feels more dangerous than a loud boast. Here's how you use it in daily life. Step 1. Mirror the people you talk to just enough that they feel you get them. Step 2. Break the mirror with a detail they didn't expect. Step 3. When they lean in, don't give them everything. Let them wonder. It's the balance of giving just enough connection and keeping just enough mystery that makes people chase you. The truth? Being magnetic isn't about being perfect. It's about being rare. Like a flower that blooms only in certain light. The less you try to fit in, the more others will try to figure you out. And that's the secret. The most powerful attraction is built in the space between what people know about you and what they can only imagine. Think about that one friend who walks into a room and everyone just relaxes. No fancy clothes, no trying to impress, yet somehow people lean in, laugh more, and feel better just being around them. What if I told you this effortless magnetism isn't luck? It's a skill you can master. Psychologists call it the natural charm. It's that spark we all had as kids, playful, unfiltered, and unpretentious. But most of us lost it when we grew up. Here's the twist. You can bring it back. And when you do, people's defenses melt away without them even realizing it. Picture this. You're at work. Things are tense. Everyone's serious. Then one colleague cracks a silly joke, shrugs at their own mistake, and keeps going. Suddenly, the room feels lighter. That's the natural effect, turning weakness into warmth. It's not about acting childish. It's about keeping a child's spirit. Think of Charlie Chaplin's characters. Clumsy, naive, yet somehow loved by millions. Or that friend who makes a small blunder, laughs it off, and pulls you into the fun. Their openness makes you drop your guard. Why? Because deep down, we all miss that golden feeling from childhood, when life felt simpler, lighter, and full of possibility. Now ask yourself, when was the last time you let yourself be playfully wrong? When did you last share a goofy side without worrying how you looked? And what would happen if you started doing that more often? Here's the magic. People forgive the lovable fool faster than the guarded perfectionist. Playfulness makes you unpredictable, in the best way. And vulnerability? It's like a secret password straight into someone's trust. Want to try it? 1. Play up small flaws. Laugh at your little mistakes before anyone else can. 2. Be the younger one in the room, not in age, but in curiosity. Ask the silly questions others are afraid to. 3. Keep a glint in your eye. Even in serious moments, let people feel you're enjoying the ride. 4. Drop the armor. Instead of rushing to defend yourself, lean in with openness. Remember, this isn't fake innocence. It's about letting your unpolished, unfiltered self breathe again. In a world full of filters, control, and overthinking, being a natural is rebellion. It says, I'm human. I'm here to enjoy this. And here's the secret. When you live like that, you don't just make people like you, you make them feel alive around you. So, are you ready to let your inner kid out to play?